Years of flooding issues, and we have some simple ways to protect yourself against the cold and flu. KOAM News at 10 is next.
Android.
Now at 10, a public meeting in Miami tonight looks at recurring flooding issues in town and the legal disputes surrounding them. Plus, the latest updates on road conditions all across the four-state area and how some area businesses are faring after the storm.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
It's been a problem and a source of frustration for years. The recurring issue of flooding was the topic of a town hall meeting in Miami tonight. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Tonight's meeting comes amid ongoing litigation between the city of Miami and the Grand River Dam Authority. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
The damage has been done. GRDA has flooded us. They've done it willingly, they've done it knowingly, and they've done it with intent.
The city of Miami held a town hall meeting where community members could make their voices heard about the flooding their community has been dealing with for years.
It's caused economic damage. It's caused people to not be able to have homes anymore. They had to have homes destroyed or spend months repairing it or move altogether.
And the lawyer for the city says the cause of all the flooding is the Grand River Authority, who controls the Pensacola Dam. The Pensacola Dam holds the water in Grand Lake.
That GRDA is causing dam-caused flooding, and the GRDA needs to be held accountable, and they either need to address those issues.
The city says this is a result of the GRDA's mismanagement of the waterway and their current license.
We want there to be rules and regulations to them operating this dam, and we want them to be followed. Right now, there's rules and regulations been put in place, but they don't follow any of them.
At the town meeting, they asked that the community share their input on proposed Federal Energy Regulatory Commission license conditions.
Just to give their thoughts as to what improvements they think would be available or would make the city better, so that those can then be presented to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission so that they can be considered as part of the relicensing process.
Over 400 people and businesses who have suffered as a result of the flooding have filed a civil suit against the GRDA. This is still ongoing.
Our main goal is for Miami not to flood.
The goal of the meeting was to answer questions from the public and hear the experiences of those who have struggled with flooding. Reporting in Miami, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Last year, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission found that the Pensacola Dam project had increased flooding around Miami. It's another bone-chilling night out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
It is going to be pretty cold tonight, dropping down just at or slightly below zero. Now, taking a look, we do have still a lot of snow on the ground, but most of the roads are clear. You can see out in Pittsburgh, 20th and Rangeline, downtown Joplin. So we have seen a lot of the surface heating on the roads that melted most of the snow, but temperatures are still pretty cold. So if you do have any water patches on the ground, likely going to refreeze as we head into tonight. Now, temperatures right now, just about 4 degrees in the Joplin area, 5 degrees out most of the other areas. Now, a little bit of clouds moving in, but overall we're going to be mostly clear tonight. Temperatures dropping down to about -1 with wind chills down to -10 degrees. So it is going to be a rather chilly night still tonight. As you can see, we're heading into Friday morning. To start off the morning, it's going to feel like -8 in Joplin, but it's only going to be about 0 to -1. Now we do warm up as we head into the day, so we're looking much better, and we go on a warming trend after that. I'll have those details coming up.
See you soon. The plow operators have been hard at work, many working long shifts. This is downtown Pittsburgh. It was shot this afternoon. It's where crews have managed to mostly clear the roads for traffic, as you see. The term for what's left behind, a windrow. That's the discharge creating a snow barrier between the lanes. The scene is similar in communities all across the four states. While a lot of the main roads are looking good, plenty of secondary roads and rural roads look like this, and many are snow-packed and dangerous still. This was in Crawford County this afternoon. Even in areas that appear to be mostly clear, these extremely cold temperatures we're seeing tonight could create a potentially hazardous glaze. You can get the latest road conditions all across the area anytime through this QR code. It'll direct you to links on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, for information for each of the 4 states in our viewing area. And we are still getting some closings. For a full list in the area, just scan this QR code. This one, the school, the government, the church closings, and more. You'll find them all there. The QR code will take you straight to the closings page of our website. The wintry conditions forced several businesses in the area to close their doors, creating challenges for both owners and employees. Well, now that they've reopened, we visited some Joplin businesses and spoke with customers to see just how thrilled they are to return to their favorite places.
Oh, it's great. We have a really decent customer base. A lot of regulars. I've already had a few this morning come in. And we do a lot of to-go orders, DoorDash and otherwise. I've actually had a couple of downtown businesses already come in and ask for a couple of orders.
Ever since things started opening back up yesterday, I was able to get out of the house for a little bit and get to do some remote work at one of my favorite coffee shops, Joplin Avenue Coffee. Support local if you can. It's great to get out if you can.
Businesses we spoke to said that Facebook played the largest role in letting customers know they were back open again. With this week's bitterly cold temperatures, HVAC and plumbing companies are working around the clock to fix broken and frozen pipes, as well as repair furnaces. Reagan DeTrolio shows us how you can help prevent a break from happening when the next cold snap hits.
So with the cold weather, it's been very busy here.
J.W. DeLong with DeLong Plumbing, Heating, and Air says the work has been nonstop and it's only going to continue.
We'll stay pretty busy with frozen pipes as people find them. As those frozen pipes thaw out, we'll be repairing those broken pipes and things like that. And then those broken hose bibs we'll continue to do all the way through, early spring into midsummer even.
On Thursday, DeLong's crews worked on frozen pipes at the walk on West Bypass. Its pipes are located in a closet on the outside of the building.
That room gets very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter, and this is our first year being open, so we're just learning all of the little quirks.
The owner had to close Thursday since there was no water.
We had the heat on, just like you're supposed to do, kept the water dripping, but unfortunately our pipes are on the outside of the building in a closet, and we actually have a heated fan in there as well, and it still didn't prevent it.
It's really been three to four guys on a nonstop basis on the plumbing side, 2 to 3 guys on the HVAC side.
And if your pipes do break or freeze up, it's best to ask for assistance immediately.
We gave them a call the first thing this morning, and they were able to get out here really quickly. They stated that there were several people in the area that had pipes that were either busted or frozen as well.
As for your furnace, experts say make sure you change those filters and don't forget to replace the batteries in your thermostat. There's a big misconception this time of year that very cold air makes you sick. Yeah, not so much. Old-time sayings like wear a coat or you'll catch a cold, those can be misleading. Nicolette Zangara debunks this myth and tells us what's really going on in our bodies.
It's easy when it's cold outside to just want to kind of tuck in and stay inactive, but the more active we can get and making sure we're still getting healthy diets, and then again, stay on top of those preventative services.
Getting a flu shot, avoiding big crowds, and staying home when sick are 3 big ways to stop the spread. And don't forget to wash your hands properly and frequently. It's the #1 way to avoid a virus.
Recommend that you do about 20 seconds. Scrub areas you don't always get to, the back of your hands, underneath your fingernails. And just do it. You can sometimes sing a birthday song or ABC to get through it. And that kind of gives you the idea of how long you should be doing it. It's great for
hand sanitizer is fine in a pinch, but does not guarantee the same effectiveness. Flu numbers recently peaked for the Ozarks, but numbers are dropping.
Flu numbers are still reporting in as high. It does look like we may have peaked, at least the current numbers coming in. That could change because we're not out of the flu season, but they are starting to come down a little bit.
Remember, the cold is still a stressor on your body. This is especially true for vulnerable populations like the elderly and the children and those with pre-existing conditions. The longer you spend outside, the more energy your body needs to warm you back up. A new study suggests it's not just genetics behind our health and aging, the role of diet and exercise. That's coming up. And up first, one woman's scary experience turns into a heartwarming story in time for Heart Health Month.
Further in a hike at Roper Honda.
February is Heart Health Month. It's a time to raise awareness about the leading cause of death in the United States, heart disease. As a part of Heart Health Month, a Neosho woman is sharing her story after undergoing a life-saving surgery in July. Cindy Brand experienced a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot that blocked an artery in the lungs. Her doctor says if it hadn't been for the quick thinking by everyone who worked to save Cindy, she wouldn't be here today.
I love Dr. Bang. I am so thankful that he was the one here. So very thankful.
It is a lot of experience and realizing that traditional treatment algorithms are not going to work, and what is it that we can do to get Cindy over the hump.
Cindy is still working on her recovery, but says she's active and is walking a mile a day. She also is back to work full-time at an elementary school in Neosho. We wish her well. Smoking might be to blame for unexplained cases of strokes among people under age 49. A study published in Neurology found a third of adults who had unexplained strokes were smokers. For people 49 and younger who smoked more than 20 packs a year, the risk of having a stroke was 4 times higher. Our lifestyle and environment affect our health and aging more than our genes. That's the findings of a new study by the University of Oxford. It found things like physical activity, living conditions, and exposure to factors such as pesticides and plastics play a far bigger role in the risk of death than our genetics. This means our actions play a bigger role in how long we live, especially when it comes to diet, exercise, and avoiding smoking. The U.S. could face a hospital bed shortage by 2032. A study by UCLA found that average hospital occupancy is at 75%. That's 11% higher than it was before the pandemic. Those numbers are expected to rise in the next few years. The authors of the study suggest the cause could be healthcare staffing shortages and hospital closures due to an increase in private equity firms purchasing hospitals. A little bit later, experts say the black bear population has grown in the Show Me State, and they say that's a good thing.
And after a week of bitterly cold temperatures, we finally see a warming trend as we head into the weekend.
Nominate your Ford State Hero.
Yeah, so pick up all your faves. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, it's been very cold these last few days, and I'm here to report that it's going to get a little bit warmer as we head into the weekend. Now, tonight, not really any different than last few nights. You can take a look outside. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, you still see a lot of snowfall on the ground. Most of the roads are clear, which is good because we're able to get around out and about, but we are still seeing a lot of snowfall on the ground because we haven't had temperatures above freezing. Now tonight, it is still going to be very cold at or slightly below zero. A few clouds start to move in, but overall going to be mostly clear skies until midday tomorrow. We're going to start to see clouds increasing. Temperatures warming up to the upper 20s. So we have a nice little jump in temperatures from the low teens today to the upper 20s tomorrow. Now, mostly we're starting off with some upper level clouds south of I-44. That's by 6 a.m. on Friday. Now again, our low is just right around 0 to about -1. Now we have these lower level band of lower level clouds pushing in. Temperature is rising to the upper 20s. So overall, tomorrow's going to be a nice day, still a little cold. Then we're also dealing with a lot of fog developing over the next couple of days as the snow starts to melt. So you can see these little patches, not clouds, that's fog developing throughout the area. We're going to look a little bit more on that as we head a little bit later into the show. But Saturday, 4 p.m. our high, another 10-degree jump into the upper 30s, low 40s. And then again, fog developing, you can see. So we have some upper level clouds pushing through, but this right here, Yates Center to Parsons, that's a little bit of fog heading into Sunday morning. So we are seeing a gradual trend, and when temperatures are warming up like that, with snowfall on the ground, a lot of melting taking place, a lot of evaporation, which means we're going to see a lot of fog developing, not to mention warmer air on top of the cold air that's the snow. We also see advection fog taking place. So as we head into the morning on Saturday, so overnight Friday night, overnight Saturday night, you can see all the fog popping back up in the area. So that's going to continue for the next couple of days, pretty much until the snow melts. But it shouldn't be long because you can see our temperature trend. We went to the low teens today, jumped 10 degrees tomorrow, upper 20s, jump another 10 degrees, upper 30s, low 40s, and another 10 degrees, upper 40s, low 50s on Sunday. Then we have another 10 degrees, upper 50s, low 60s on Monday. So we have this nice steady increase until the start of next week. We're also seeing a ridge forming in the area, which is why we're having that gradual warm-up trend. Now, Saturday, we also have this little shortwave trough. It brings no rain, but it does bring a wind shift line. So winds are out of the west as we head into Sunday morning. Keeps us a little bit cooler Saturday night, but we go right back into this warming trend from this ridge as we head into the start of the week. Now, the next chance for rain isn't until Wednesday, and that's when another little shortwave trough kind of pushes in right here, continues to form. We get some isolated chances of rain showers, not going to be a heavy rain, and we're also not expecting any snow either, but that's going to be coming in early in the day on Wednesday and then clearing out. You can see where that front is by 11 p.m. and then it clears out of the area, and then we go back into warmer temperatures as we head into the rest of the weekend. So taking a look, we have that gradual trend all the way through Monday, mostly sunny skies all week long, even across the 10-day forecast. And then temperatures are going to be in the 50s and 60s compared to the low teens that we've pretty much seen all week this week.
Like the temperatures are making that high-speed elevator trip from the basement to the top floor just like that.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I can't complain.
No, we aren't for sure. Thanks. Hey, Delta Airlines says it's offering $30,000 to passengers in this week's crash at a Toronto airport. All 76 passengers and 4 crew members on board survived, although Delta says at least 21 people were injured when the regional jet crash landed and flipped upside down. A Delta spokesperson says, quote, "This gesture has no strings attached and does not affect rights." Still ahead, several of our local high school wrestlers enter the state tournament with a regional championship. And Missouri Southern basketball tries to get back into the win column. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
How does this
$100, $750, $1,000. Saturday nights in February and only at High Winds.
Our local college basketball teams hit the court once again this evening, both on the road. Pittsburgh State is up at Nebraska Kearney, taking on the Lopers in their final road trip of the regular season. And 5th-ranked Pitt State women's basketball wins its 15th consecutive game tonight, 81-74 on the road over Nebraska Kearney. Gorilla senior Corinna Gerber with 9 rebounds in this one, and that makes her the all-time leader in that category in Pitt State program history. She's got 843 career rebounds and counting. The Pitt State men also get a win tonight, 100-93 over Nebraska Kearney. Jordan Freisen with an incredible game. He has 25 points, and then how about this? 18 assists. That is a single game program record, and it's more than Kearney's entire team had. Gorillas have now won 6 in a row. They play on the road at Fort Hays State this Saturday. Missouri Southern basketball also beginning its final road trip at the 24-25 regular season. Right now, both Lions teams, they're fighting to earn a spot in the MIAA tournament, which is not guaranteed to every conference member. The Southern women have lost 2 in a row. Tough draw tonight on the road at Fort Hays State. They lose 64-55. Just had a hard time turning things around, had a ton of turnovers in this one, and they end up losing once again. And same result for Missouri Southern men's basketball. They fall to Hays 70-59. They've now lost 7 of their last 9 contests. All of those are against conference opponents as well. Southern just had a tough time slowing down the duo of Caleb Hammocky and Kyle Grill. The 2 of them on Fort Hays State, they combined to score 46 points on the night for the Tigers. And tomorrow, regionals begin for Kansas High School boys wrestling. That, of course, determines who gets to move on to state, which is next weekend. Girls regionals have already taken place. Out of our local schools here in Southeast Kansas, we've got a dozen regional champions. Here they are. Harper Holmes and Savannah Shires, the 2 of them, From Pittsburgh High School in Class 5A, then in 4A, 4 Fort Scott Tigers are regional champions. It's KL and Westcote, Kenna Miles, Jerry Smith, and Allie Simheiser. Still in Class 4A, here are some more regional champions. Adeline Wacker from Iola, Kylan Perry from Frontenac, Kaylin McAtee from Girard, and Kylie Dillow from Chanute. Then classes 3 to 1A, Eden Hill from Fredonia and Humboldt's Taven Baylor. The two of them win regional championships. And again, these are just the list of regional champions in total, though. 76 of our local wrestlers from Southeast Kansas, they're headed to Girls State next weekend. Back to what I was talking about with Pitt State basketball. Both of those programs, the men's teams and the women's team, playing so well right now. They've combined for 21 wins in a row. And of course, like I mentioned, record-setting days for individual players on both teams.
Yeah, cold night, but red hot on the court.
Very much.
We'll be right back.
He's Mayberry's sheriff without a gal.
Don't be surprised if you happen to see a black bear in Missouri, at least not too surprised. Experts say the black bear population in the Show Me State has grown over the last 10 years. The Missouri Department of Conservation says the population growth is a success story and credits the department for the state's bear management program. The department also says the growth is a good indicator for how people are doing.
It's not necessarily anything to be alarmed about, because there's still plenty of natural habitat for them to go to. And it is a sign that we still have a healthy, vibrant outdoors in Missouri. So that's something to be excited about, to think positively about.
The department says the bear's primary range is in forested areas south of I-44. I imagine even the black bears are trying to huddle up someplace warm tonight if they can, because it is bitterly cold out there.
Oh, it's going to be pretty cold, at least the next couple of days. Now, we do go on a warming trend tomorrow. Mostly sunny, temperatures not getting above freezing again, but we do start to see temperatures above freezing by Saturday.
Yeah, it can only go up. It can only go up from here. Final sports note.
Tomorrow, 2 baseball players and 2 softball players over at Columbus High School signed to play at the next level. We're going to have more on that tomorrow.
Look forward to that. Hey, don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.